in my hand today a sheet that is a record of a number of surveys that you've been sending in the last couple of weeks. We're so thankful to get this. We're so thankful to get your input, your ideas. But we're also not surprised that as we get those, we're getting all kinds of ideas and ups and downs about how you think we should do things and where you want things done. That's okay, because that's your thoughts, and that's important to us. Some of you are really ready to get back into worship. You're saying things to us like, I'm ready, let's go, I'm ready for church to resume, God's in control, so what's the hold up? And others of you are saying things like, I have to stay in groups of no more than 20 because of age and also being on an immunosuppressant drug. I'm always willing to help when I can, but I need to see what the virus does before I can return to the normalcy we had before, which I hope is soon. You see, it's an entire spectrum of our people, and it's hard to craft something for everybody, but I can guarantee you that's what we're trying to do. I hear from you regularly things like, we're missing worship, we're missing being together. And so I'm wondering, do you really understand what it is that you're missing? That's what we're going to be talking about this Sunday and for several Sundays going ahead. We're having an unbelievable opportunity just to study what God has done during these days. And yes, I do believe God's been involved in even the virus shutdown. He's been involved in our hearts and our lives, if nothing else, showing us the importance of a relationship with each other and as well as with God. And what have we been missing? Paul says it beautifully, perhaps, in his book of Ephesians chapter 2, when he says something that I read early this morning. In him, he says, speaking of Christ, you also are being built together into a dwelling place for God by the Spirit. Paul was talking about a group of people like us who've received Christ by grace, been saved, and then brought together by God's leadership to be a part of this church family here at Kingwood First Baptist Church. He says that in Christ, we are being built together, built up into something where each and every part of us is important, each and every one of us is vital, but even more so, something that only God can do, empower, and enact. So what we're missing is something that only God could do, and something He could do when we're together. So I'm looking forward to being with you and being together with you as we come together Sunday from now, bodily together, this Sunday, one more time by digital here. But it's my joy to know that what God does in our lives, He'll do with each of us individually together. How powerful it is to consider we're a part of something He's doing, even in this. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you. If you haven't filled out a survey, please fill one out and send it to us. We need to know what you're thinking. But if you have, know that we hear you. We have a record of it. We use it in our meetings, and we use it in our planning. But our desire is to be a part of what God is doing together with all of us at both ends of the spectrum and everywhere in between, believing that every one of us is important, worthy of God's leadership, worthy of our care, and worthy of learning what only He can teach us through each other. Looking forward to being with you and loving you this coming Sunday.